bees happening. It's that time of the week once again where we have license to go in on people, to tell them how wrong they are, to point out how their thinking is slightly to massively deficient, get a few laughs, and then provide some advice on top of all of that. Welcome to the Devsterism channel. My name is Deborah Cooper. I'm the host and advice columnist of this little charade here. What we do every Tuesday for the next hour and a half is respond to advice questions that people have sent in. We do this live. I have a team of two relatives of mine that go through all the letters that come in. They pick them, they put them in a document, which is this right here. And then it is handed to me when I sit down in this seat. And so I see the letters when you see the letters. Okay, so the answers are kind of off the cuff. They might not be 100%, complete because I'm doing this on the fly. Whereas if I had time to think about it, I might come up with some other stuff. But I think I do a pretty good job considering. Welcome to everybody who's here to enjoy these festivities. Thanks to all my moderators who are in the house, kind of keep the troll population down, keep you guys, things on track. Remember, do not mention other channels in here. Don't mention people by name. That's against the rules. That'll get you booted out. Stay on topic, and there is nothing, I mean, don't say mean or snarky, calling names to people and stuff like that. Everybody in this room, even if you do not agree with their opinion, is entitled to respect and courtesy. That is all that I ask, okay? Because I mean, even with me, people are like, you crazy, you something wrong with the way you think, this and that, blah blah blah. And that's fine, I mean, you don't have to agree with me, but what you best not do is come in here insulting any of my people in my chat or me, and because that get you booted out of here. All right, so let's see. Hold on a second. Let me check the total. Lately, I've been having 15 letters. They've been loading my ass up. Oh, and here we go at 15 again. I guess that's the new number. That's our what they say our new normal. Okay. So there's Lady Boss, Nerd Sue. Lady Boss is my veteran moderator. She been around here the longest. She been around here long as me, damn near. All right, so let's get started. This is What the Fuck Tuesday. Don't be surprised if you say that a couple of different times. We all say it. It's no shame in it. Feel free, and enjoy the fun that's going on in the chat stream. The moderators are hilarious, and so they keep things very entertaining while I, deal with the advice letters. All right, so let's start. This first letter, now question number one of 15, is from a female in the 26 to 35 age group from Westminster, London. My partner and I just moved in together, but I must say that this has been a bit of a bumpy road for me. I believe I'm responsible, independent, and fully able to fend for myself, and that includes little things. My upbringing as an only child has taught me so much about being on my own that I function automatically to put things in place. I think about a household and prepare for the next day. My partner, on the other hand, is very relaxed and chill. He has no intention of doing chores without being told, oh no. No basic household knowledge because even at 33, his mum still does his laundry all the way to his unmentionables. I guess you mean his drawers. He goes straight to bed and spends almost 3 hours a night on his phone while I put dinner, clean up after us, plan laundry, and get ready for the next day. I did speak to him, but he took it as an insult when I told him that he should step it up. Even when I put it as something that will be deemed useful for him, I told him that all I need is to know that if things get hard, he would at least take on the basis and be able to take care of me. That's all I ask. It just seems like he does not want to understand my point. I'm content with who he is on the outside with me, but now that we have moved in together with the intention to take care of each other, I just wish my efforts would be so reciprocated. He is a brilliant person at his job and an extremely lovable person to people around him. I believe I am lucky to be with such a gentle person. I just wish the gentleness could translate internally too when no one is watching. What do I do to make this tiny household work? Well, I mean, I could give you the polite answer, but I'm not, that's not my thing. I am evil. And so I just give it to people straight. He's a fuck boy. So he might be nice and all this other shit, but you have a fuck boy. You have somebody who's gonna be. He's gonna expect you to step into the role of his mama that he can fuck. That's I don't know what else to tell you, because what you got is a 33-year-old bum. And so he might be all these other things, but a grown man ought to know how to clean up after himself. He should need a woman to tell him to do it. He shouldn't be looking for nobody to do his laundry like he's still a child. Just he's not stepping up to do chores when his ass lives there too. You have to feel like you need to nag him and all this kind of stuff. Look into the future, girlfriend, because as long as you stay with him, this is your life. He is not going to change. He doesn't have to. You know why? Because you, being an only child, are used to functioning at such a high level that you are going to automatically fill in the blanks that he leaves. I mean, it's coming to you now, but surely you had to have noticed these traits in him before. I mean, you knew that his mother did his laundry right. Wasn't that like a red flag? Why isn't this grown man doing his own laundry? Or did you just pass that by? Why is this grown man not cleaning up his own house? His mother's doing it. Didn't that kind of just make you step back and pause and wonder, what's wrong with this dude? If I move in with him or marry him, is he gonna expect me to do that stuff too? See, these are the kind of things I be trying to get you guys to see. Don't just look at what is now that's going on. You need to ask the question, and then what? I have two videos that tell you how to do that. So you would have asked yourself, wow, if I get with him and his mother's doing all of these things, then what's going to happen? Is he going to expect me to do it? Is he ever going to do it for himself? Well, if he doesn't do it, and then what? How am I going to feel about that? Is this relationship going to work or not? If he never changes. But see, at 33, he's not going to change. What you see is what you get. So, if you married him and had a couple of kids, say you had two children, you would essentially have three children because your husband would be the third one. So I don't know what to tell you. It's great that he's all of those things. Don't get me wrong. That's a good start in my book. But what you need to do is parlay what you found from him with him into a new dude who knows how to be a man and not a goddamn child. So, he understands, but he has no reason to change. Like I said, he's fine with things the way they are. The one who's complaining is the one upon whom the need to change lies. So that's going to be on you to change your life, because he's happy with things just the way it is. And trust me, he can find some other woman to come in there and do everything that you do plus more, because some women are just crazy like that. So if that's not what you want for yourself, then this is not the man for you. It's just that simple. Oh, and guess what I have today? Because of all my donations. Oh, and look, there's another one. Thank you. All the donations people gave me for my wino fund. Sauvignon Blanc is today's favorite. All right. Question number two. This is from a young man in the 19 to 25 age group from Great Lakes. I was in a relationship with a girl for a bit over 2 years. At the end, we almost didn't have any sex with each other anymore. Now she broke up with me, saying the relationship has burned out from her side. I found out that she already slept with someone else while we weren't even broken up for a week. I'm really not proud of it, but found out that she slept with someone else because I still have access to her messages and she was talking to someone about this. I'm shaking and I don't know what to do. I still love her, but another part of me just wants to yell at her and call her a skank hoe. Wow. She does not know that I found out. What should I do? The first thing that you need to do is send her a text and tell her, change your passcode on your messages because I can still get in there. Now she should have had enough sense to do that. If you guys listening to this, you know what you need. This, I mean, when you break up with somebody, you're supposed to block any and all access to getting to you. No emails, no phone calls, no texts, no smoke signals. Not coming to your job, tell security. I mean, everything, they should be blocked from having any contact with you. But she left this door open for this fool to come and get in her messages. All your social media passwords, everything should be changed. Your voicemail, everything should be changed immediately. But I would never give a dude my password, so I don't know. I don't understand this kind of coupleness. He just that I don't understand that. But let me explain something to you because I think guys don't understand this, how women work. When they start having problems in the relationship with you, they will tell you. There'll be little hints. They might not come right on and say, this is all fucked up. This is stupid. You better straighten up this. Most women aren't going to take that approach. That's me, but most aren't going. They're going to be more delicate, because they're not going to want to hurt your feelings or get you upset or whatever. I gives no fucks. Better you to be upset than me. But most women are not like me. So they're going to be, oh, I wish we would spend more time together. Oh, honey, I don't like it when you do such and such. Can you stop doing that? This and that. Okay, so you just going to blow it off, blow it off, blow it off because you ain't trying to hear it. You don't want to do the work that would require you to change and make her happy. You just worrying about yourself. Typical man. Okay, so so what happens with women though, every time you disappoint her, every time you break her heart, every time you make her feel upset, every time you don't come through, every time she asks you to do something and you don't do it and make her frustrated and you make her wonder how you really feel about her and why you not stand up. Okay, each one of those things that you do that you just blow off and blow off and blow off, she's falling a little bit out of love with you. A little at a time. For some woman who's been with you for a long time, it may take her 5 years to get there. For somebody who's been dating you just for a couple of months or a year, probably in about 90 days, she's going to have gone through that process. Now, what she's doing during that process, my brothers, is letting you go. Okay, so by the time she actually walks, she's ready. She's healed up. She's mended up. She's done all her grieving. She's done. It's like a Vegas dealer, whoop, whoop, whop. Okay, she's out and she don't give a fuck about you. So she's very easy to go and sleep with somebody else because she's already over you. By the time she left, she's over you. She kept giving you chance after chance after chance after chance, and you kept fucking up, fucking up, fucking up, fucking up until the part when she just finally just done, and that's just it. So you guys, when finally the woman leaves, you're just like, "What happened? I'm broadsided. Everything was fine." When it was never, it has been fine for a long time, and she gave you every clue in the world, but you ignored it because you thought it was fine for you, and that's what happened to you. So you're looking at, well, it was just a week, but she'd been done with you, like you said, you haven't even been having sex for a long time. So I mean, she was cutting ties with you all along, and you just were too dumb to understand what was happening. So what you need to do at this point is just accept that this relationship is over. You don't need to worry about what she's doing or who she's doing with, because none of your fucking business. You need to get you some business. You need to go find you somebody to be with because she's done with you. It's a wrap. I don't think that, I mean, I don't know, if she's in a relationship with this dude. Was this a one night stand? Was this somebody in the wings waiting for her to break up with you? I don't know the story. I don't know the details. It could be one of 100 different things, but it doesn't really matter. She's moved on, and that's what you need to do too. Yeah, she was done. Men don't get that. They all think that because they're okay in a relationship that everybody's okay, which is the typical narcissistic view of the world. Well, I'm happy when everybody's happy. No, motherfucker, they're not. And this is how you find out when she leaves your ass. You come home and the house is empty. Okay, then you sitting there crying to me like, well, what happened? Well, what happened was you ignored her for too long and she finally got fed up with your shit and then she left. That's what happens. And that happens to a lot of men. So when you notice your woman is expressing that she's unhappy with something, you need to sit your ass down and listen if you care about the relationship. If you don't, then don't listen and then she'll be gone soon enough. Question number 3. This is from a female in the 46 to 55 age group from Leeds, England. See, here we are. Already, what was our first one from? Westminster. Now we in Leeds. I've been with my boyfriend for 8 years now. We have had our bad patches and arguments, but the past couple of years have been really good. We don't live together due to work commitments and different areas, but we talk about it in the future. Yesterday, we were sitting in bed having a cuppa, and out of the blue, he put his hand on my hip, like on the side of my bottom, and said, "Why don't you get injections here?" I really could not fathom what he meant. The only thing I thought was he meant injections to make my butt bigger, so I felt really offended. I asked him what he meant, that I thought his comment was really odd, or that he meant I should have work done on my behind, and he gave an even stranger answer, and she puts in quotes, all I meant was, why not have injections in there? Because that's where children have them. Okay, my mind just went someplace really sordid, but let me see what she said. What a bizarre thing to say. Basically, I think he didn't expect me to get upset by his comment, and he had no idea how to defend himself. I really feel offended. He did not say that he was trying to make me laugh or wind me up. He just kept repeating that weird thing about children. See, no. And now is telling me I overreacted and misunderstood him and took it the wrong way. And that is how now he's afraid to even speak to me as I, quote, always misunderstand things, end quote. I really, and she stretched it out, don't understand him at all. And way back in the past when we had problems back in 2010 and 2011, was that he made some snarky, semi jokey comments about my breasts, my hair, and other parts of my figure, including getting hold of the back of my arms and telling me you need to be careful. This is throwing me right back into those horrible feelings again. Oh, okay. Her friend thinks that she should forget it. I want to get to the bottom of it. Pardon the pun. I feel he's picking my flaws again. I have a smallish bottom, but it's proportionate. And like every woman, especially as we get older, I have some stretch marks and maybe flatter, droopier parts. Where he put his hand was a part that's not so perfect, and it feels like he was telling me I need a butt lift. What makes it even worse is that we are currently on holiday, and I was only just starting to relax from work stress. Now I want to fly home early. I am 50 years old in really good shape, and I'm told all the time that I look good. I know I'm fit and healthy for my age. I have good skin. I'm slim with a decent enough curves in the right places. But heck, I'm no Kardashian. Shit, the Kardashians aren't Kardashians without plastic surgery. Don't get it twisted. I certainly did not expect to have jibes made about my body while on holiday either. Deb, am I overreacting? He says I am, and that he is now afraid to open his mouth. Girl, you need to break up with this motherfucker. Now let me tell you why his comments are giving me the heebie-jeebies. Okay, already, we have a world full of men that are fucking pedophiles. That's all they think about is fucking kids. Okay, now you're gonna have your boyfriend, and you don't say that either one of you have children. You didn't mention anything about any kids, right? Why is he talking about children's butts to you? Why is he bringing that up while he's holding on to you and keep saying it over and over? That's where children get them. Motherfucker, you don't have no kids. How do you know what happens with kids' butts? See, I'm telling you, this is a fucking huge red flag. I mean, like one that's the size of a city block red flag. You need to get rid of this man. There's nothing you could ever do that would make him think that the body of a 50-year-old woman is going to look like that of a child. And the fact that he made that reference in association with your body parts is scary as fuck to me. Okay, did he just so he just showed you his whole card. You better pay fucking attention to what you hearing and get the fuck away from this man. There's something wrong with him, and this is especially dangerous if you have young relatives in your family and you be bringing this motherfucker around them. Okay, they changing their diapers, they wearing the Pampers and pull-ups and all this kind of stuff. So there might be an opportunity for him to see their bare bottom, or they're bathing or something, or in their little swimsuits and whatnot. You gotta fucking. This man is dangerous. You better get rid of this motherfucker like soon, quick, fast, in a hurry. All of the above. And then all the stuff about, you and your figure and all that stuff, that's irrelevant and immaterial. That's, what he chose to use, but that's not the issue here. The issue is his association with your butt with a child. That is some fucked up, demented, pervert shit right there. Yeah, I don't know what the fuck he's doing, but there's something seriously wrong with this picture. That's not even a normal conversation for a man to have who does have kids. He's not going to be talking about where his kids get an injection because then they cry and stuff. Parents don't like their kids to cry. They don't want to see them get. So you see what I mean? It's like there's something seriously wrong here. I can't even find my words. I'm so pissed right now that she didn't see this and leave him alone. You should have been writing me about this. You were some fucked up freak. Whew. Question number 4. Yeah, the whole picture's wrong. I'm with you, Sue. That's seriously, I don't know. I would be giving dudes so much side eye and be like, we need to break up now. That would be me. Question number 4. This is from a woman, 26 to 35, from Georgia. Hi, Deb. A Nigerian Dusty, a Nigerian Dusty locked me into a stupid ass agreement. I will try to keep it brief. My Toyota Prius was giving me trouble. I went to the dealership. They wanted $3,000. I called my dad to fact check the repairs they said I needed. He gets me in contact for a friend of his who works on Priuses. The friend, I will call Mr. E, had my car for the rest of the week. So I went to Mr. E's and I'm waiting in his living room wondering how quickly I could get my car because I had to leave for the extra shift I picked up. Mr. E asked me questions about the year of my car and verifies my phone number. I gave him the Google number. Good. Although I don't know why, but something about this it's not sounding too good since you called him a Dusty. So he then comes out to the living room and presents this piece of paper and two booklets. He asked me to sign what is an agreement to attend his church at X address 4 times within the 90-day period from May 18th. What? The agreement also said this would be my form of payment for repairs done to my Prius that would have cost me $3,000 to repair. He knew this because of the paperwork I gave him. I told him I agreed to go one time and give him a gas station gift card for $200 as a thanks, even though he was not going to charge being a friend of my dad's. He refused the gift card, and when I amended the agreement to only have me go one time, he said he would reprint it saying to go 4 times. So he reprinted it and I signed because he was pressed for time. I was pressed for time. I was livid that he would do this to someone he did not know. I told him that in the future this would not happen again, that payment in cash would be given for work done on my car. I told him I do not co sign on religion. Mr. E pulled the "it's not religion." I am a staunch atheist and I would rather spend my Sundays doing yoga or sleeping in. He said the Lord laid it in his heart to do this and gave me the church booklets, which I threw away when I got home. That manipulative son of a disease ridden bitch is the biggest Dusty I met this year. He has my Google phone number so I can be protected from more dust storms. My proposed solutions is to go and photo myself in front of the church and then leave. The photos will have a timestamp. Or maybe attend online for 15 minutes 4 times and provide proof. Or not go at all since agreement did not have any consequences for not going. Do you have any other tips for getting out of this? What could I have done differently? I don't have any intention of dealing with him unless I absolutely have to. This was a clear control bullshit ass move created to control me as a black woman, Deb. You are so right. Men want to control women through law and religion. I have been seeing red since this happened. I am trying to calm down. I am not one to be enraged. Well, I wonder when this came in. Well, it had to be since last Tuesday because we went through all those letters and cleared a queue. Okay, girlfriend, let's walk through this. Okay, your dad gave you this number. So, were I you, what I would have done is picked up the phone and said, Dad, do you know that your friend here is trying to get me to sign an agreement to go to his church 4 times in exchange for picking my car? What you think about that? Since it's his friend, you know what I mean? And see what he thought about it. Now, he might have once said get a phone to, homeboy and cuss him out. Or tell him, man, that's not cool. Don't be trying to box my daughter into no shit. Or, something like that. But that baton should have been passed to your father. You should not have dealt with dude. You should not have talked to him about it. You should not have asked him anything. Thank you, reality check. That was a mistake. Okay. The second thing was um okay, you said that you don't sign on religion, yet you did. Come on now. Either you sign the thing or you don't. You don't say, well, out your mouth, well, I don't sign religion, and then you sign it. So I'm kind of confused what you meant when you said one thing but you did another. I mean, was he holding your car keys or something? I mean, what was the deal here? You don't say, but I'm sure there must be some pressure for you to have to do that. To get your car keys. Of course, you could have always called 911 and said, "This man's holding my car and me hostage at his house. I want my car keys from him. He's been working on my car. He's trying to get me to coerce me into signing some agreement to come to his church. I just want my car and I want to leave and he's keeping me from leaving." That's another option that you had at your disposal. Um, The third, okay, all the stuff about your, going to the church and doing all that other stuff, yourself, you don't have to do any of that. My concern is though that, he has your address from this thing, and I'm also wondering why you gave him the paperwork from the Prius dealership. He didn't need that. If he was gonna work on your car for free, what he need the paperwork from the dealer for? I don't know. I'm saying you made a lot of mistakes here, giving him too much information and too much power. And I'm not mad at you or anything like that. I'm just kind of going over the steps that you took, and so you can rethink this about the options that you had and the choices that you made rather, and you went along with too much of his bullshit. And like I said though, but the thing that's confusing me is, did he still have the keys to your car? That's what I'm wondering. But like I said, a call to them white boys would have handled that real quick. So he would have gave up them keys and been mad, but you would have had your car. So what's he gonna do? Um, as far as what you can do to get out of it, just don't go. What's he gonna do? Make you go? He can't make you do shit. And so, I mean, if he gets try to get jiggy and stuff, then file a restraining order on his ass. So tell him he's trying to coerce you to do something and be involved in the cult, and you don't want to. I mean, you know what I mean? Just lie, shit, fuck it. What's he gonna do? He can't do nothing. And make sure that your father understands what he did too. If you haven't just discussed this with your daddy, you need to tell him what this dude is doing and give him the paper, and so he can deal with dude. That's what I would do. I would not be dealing with no, but see, I don't fuck with Nigerians. I don't fuck with no brothers from the continent. I have said this numerous times. I don't do accents and I don't do brothers from the continent. I just don't. Soon as they come at me with that he told shit, I'm out. Deuces. I don't want to hear nothing you got to say. I don't care what they all everybody a prince or some shit. I don't care what you are, nigga. I don't give a fuck. Stay away from me. Just go on back over there where you came from. I can't do it. I can't do it. Yeah, that's it. Once you start mentioning cults, see, you get the police's attention. Say, it's a cult. He made me sign this document that I would go into this cult. I need a restraining order to make sure he doesn't come and bother me. He's just trying to insist that I go to him to attend this meeting at this cult 4 times so I can get indoctrinated. No, Your Honor, I don't want to do that. Honey, please. I would put on an Academy Award Betty Davis level performance and make sure that Dusty stayed the fuck away from me. The more wine I drink, the worse I'm gonna get. So we only on letter number 4, and it's about to be number 5. Yeah, cause she's steady saying no, and he's steady trying to make her do what he wanted her to do anyway. So, who's to say what I would have done? I mean, I don't know. Screamed, give me my keys, scream bloody murder. I don't know, because, with me, it's like whatever I feel in the moment. I'm sitting here calmly in my own house with no dusties in my face, just thinking about it. But in that moment, I probably would have been so enraged, I would have just done something real stupid. So it's hard to say. But those are my suggestions for you to ever find yourself in a similar situation, especially about somebody that your dad or some other relative recommended to you. That person needs to be on the phone. Okay, that's the person who, set this whole thing up. That person needs to be a witness, so you get them on the phone. Okay. Question number 5. Male, 19 to 25 from London. I'll come straight to the point. My girlfriend, whom I met over a little over a month ago, has a 2-year-old son from a previous relationship. In the beginning, everything was fine, but after about 2 weeks, the first doubt started creeping in on my part whether I'd be able to accept another man's child in my life and whether I could live with this. Feelings of jealousy, frustration, and anger took hold of me. Jealous at a 2-year-old kid who needs his mom. I don't know how I can have these feelings or where they stem from. I feel awful having these feelings as I see myself as a good person. I also find them very unfair towards my girlfriend and her 2-year-old. Is it normal for a man to have these feelings and can he ever get rid of them? When I see this kid, who happens to be a very sweet little boy, I don't see it as my girlfriend's, but as the child of another man. I cannot seem to wrap my mind around the fact that the woman I love has a child by another man. I feel I am ready to have children myself. I just don't want another man's kids. The kid still sees his dad when his dad has time to see him, and so I've heard he's a good father. I'm getting fed up talking to my girlfriend about these feelings of jealousy, frustration, and anger, and I don't know if she's the right person to talk to. She's very understanding, but obviously does not want to hear these things I am saying to her because they are, not surprisingly, they stab her through the heart. Sometimes I feel I need to finish the relationship because when I think of the enormity of the situation, I seem to stop functioning. Of course, I like my girlfriend insofar one can say I love her after 1 month. I just want to come to terms with my feelings. Am I being too much of a martyr? Am I being selfish? Motherfucker, yo, dusty ass is not being a martyr. And you know, your girlfriend is stupid. And this is for everybody who's listening to this. The number one age of children that is killed, beaten, maimed, and destroyed by boyfriends are 2 year olds. Okay? 2 year olds. And her son is two. You hear him talking about his finger feelings of jealousy, frustration, and anger. He has very clearly identified them. What she's supposed to do is get rid of him to protect her kid. But she's young and stupid, and so she doesn't. I mean, this dude is just telling her straight up, you know, I can't stand the fact that this is your child. Now, see what normally in the animal kingdom, what happens like when a lion comes, you know, I'm a Leo. When a lion comes in and takes over a pride, they kill all the cubs of that are fathered by that other line that used to head the pride. They kill all his descendants. And with men, they tend to have that same mentality. You know, not all, but too many to ignore. Especially when you have one who's young and silly like this and who's straight telling you that that's how he feels. So if you guys listening to this, you know, you be very careful if you have a man that's exhibiting these types of behaviors and or verbally expressing them, you need to get rid of him before he hurts your kid. It's like he says he doesn't even understand why he has those feelings. So he's also not going to understand why he hurts your child in his jealousy, frustration, and anger. Because he's mad that you have a kid by somebody else and he doesn't want you to have a kid by somebody else. He wants you to have his kids. Typical lion move. So, what you need to do, you say you need to finish the relationship. You're right. That's exactly what you need to do for her and her child's safety. I am not trusting that you have enough emotional maturity to handle a situation like this. Plus, you only been dealing with the girl for a month. I don't know what the fuck she introduced you to her baby for in that short period of time. She, like I said, she got some double dumb stuff going on here. But the bottom line is you do know she has a kid. You've met the child. You say the child's very sweet, but you still have all these negative feelings. So the kid's not going anywhere. He's a baby. He's going to stay with his mama. The person who needs to leave the situation is you, and I suggest that you do it today. The next thing you'll be is, you know, in some jail somewhere for hurting that child. And trust me, you will not be getting out no time soon. This is question number 6. We got 6 of 15 on What the Fuck Tuesday. What we do is live stream relationship advice, and that's what's going on here. This is from a female 26 to 35 age group from Montreal. Hello, Deb. Thank you so much for the help you are giving to us women like me who didn't get education about relationship. My question is on finances when in relationship past the dating phase, specifically during the planning on marriage and life together. I am 31 in a relationship with a 35-year-old guy. We both own where we live, me a multiplex and him a condo. We have similar incomes, but him doing about 20% more than I. We are looking to get married next year and then live together in one of our places before buying a shared house. We are going to get a prenup. I have no idea of what should I think to put on it. Like no, zero idea. Help me please. How to share the cost of the wedding. I know I can't expect him to pay for everything. I will be good but not honest. Okay, I don't know what. Okay, when we move together, should I pay a rent if I go to his place? Should he pay me something if he move in with me? However, move out, the other place is going to be rented, not sold. Number 4, what about kids? When will we have them? Who should pay for what? Did I say I am lost? Because I am. I need your advice on what I should keep in mind during planning for all of the above. Am from a traditional family. My dad did and still pay for most things. So my expectations are different from women around me and I don't like the relationships they are in. I don't want to ask them for advice. Also, he is from a 50-50 kind of parents. Side note, he did pay for everything during dating, and now we're kind of a 50-50. If he pays for dinner, next time I am the one paying, and we do a real 50-50 on vacations. We travel a few times each year. I'm not a big fan of it, but can accept it most of the time. Thank you for in advance, and sorry for my English. Okay, I guess she's French. She's French Canadian. Um, the first thing I'm out of my element here. When you start talking about Canadian law, I know this much about it. Okay, so I can't really, I can tell you some general things, but specifics like I could if you were here in the United States, knowing the laws here in California, I know those. I don't know anything about the laws in, where are you? Montreal. I don't know. But what I can suggest is that you visit a attorney. Okay, you should not be getting advice on your property and your marriage and your future financial security off the internet. Okay, even if I did give you some ideas, I would still tell you to see an attorney because there's too much at stake here. So, what you do, what you both should do, since you've owned your property before you got married, here in the United States, there's what's called a quit claim deed. So, each of you would sign it, relinquishing any and all attachment or interest in any way to each other's property. That would remain your sole and separate property, no matter who lived in what. As far as so do that before you get married. On the wedding, you guys should make a budget and then talk about it. Who's how much. If he makes 20% more than you do, then he should pay 20% more the cost of the wedding. That's my take on it, because by him doing that, then he just coming to your level, right? And then 50% after that. So that means he pays 20% more than whatever you pay. That's what that means. Let me see what else you put on here. Oh, when we move together, should I pay a rent if I go to his place? No, you should not. You're not going to pay anything that could look like you're paying on his property. What you might do is buy the groceries. I don't know if you want to redecorate a little bit or something like that. But the fact is, you guys are going to buy a place together, so you don't want to put too much into this place. You're just going to be there temporarily. Um, and then I'm assuming that you will both rent, you'll both rent your places out. And so again, that money will go into a separate account for the maintenance of that property, taxes and all that kind of stuff, repairs and upkeep and whatever else you need to do. You keep that money separate from any money that you pull with him. And as far as children, who should pay for what? You guys gonna put your money in a joint account. That's what the fuck you gonna do. What is this? I don't understand these 50-50 marriages. I mean, I don't know what's in Canada. Where are you again? Montreal. If you guys have community property up there, I don't know. Like I said, I'm out of my element when you start talking about foreign countries. But here they have something called community property in the most states, and a married couple, you half of what he has is yours and half of what you have is his. It doesn't matter who earned it, who bought it, who, whatever. It's half the other person's because it's community property. It belongs to both of you equally. And in a situation where you're raising children, there's joint expenses. Daycare, that's not just your expense. Clothes for the kids, food for the kids. I mean, toys for the kids. Educational costs for the kids. That's gonna be for both of you. So you're gonna put your money together into a joint fund. And I'm telling you, starting off with this 50-50 shit, people count pennies and who invested more and who did this kind of stuff. That's not the mentality to have for marriage. It makes your marriage like a partnership. Thank you, Betty. Yeah, Betty, I thought of you when I was at the liquor store. At the liquor store. This I don't like those 50-50 marriages. I mean, that's just me. I think it sets up people to have a me, mine versus you, yours mentality. When in you get in a marriage, your mentality needs to be we and us. And the all this separateness like that is contrary to building that kind of relationship. I mean, I don't know, how you want to view it. But I'm just giving you my thoughts. I don't like that. If that's the way that he's used to and stuff, you might have an uphill battle. But I'm telling you, It's gonna be a battle. You're not gonna ever feel taken care of, and your kids aren't gonna feel taken care of in your marriage because he's gonna be nickel and diming you to death. And especially, as men's income tends to go up because you'll be on maternity leave and taking care of a baby and stuff, while his income is steady climbing. And then what? You supposed to still pay half? Or your income had, because you've been at home raising kids. And so, no, I'm telling you, that is a bad mentality to have. You need to put your money together. I don't give a fuck who puts the money in there, how much it is. Each of you get an allowance for the month. You can work that out. And all your other money is community property, and it stays in a joint bank account where you write a check for your kids' daycare, you write a check for your mortgage, you write a check for your mortgage insurance, you write a check for your car notes, you write a check for your, no, whatever you're going to do. All the money that's for your joint bills and cars and insurance and home purchases and everything else comes out of that one bank account. That is my idea. I don't like that separate stuff. I've never seen that work. The woman is always miserable at the end. Yeah, I couldn't do that. If I had a guy who had that mentality, I would never marry him. That would be me. Because I already know. I've seen it happen too many times. It's all that 50-50 shit. They be nickel and diming you to death. All right, we're on question number 7. This is a woman. God, so many people from England today. 26 to 35 from Cambridge, England. I've been dating a guy for roughly 2 months. He's handsome, muscular English teacher from London with a great personality and is awesome in bed. Okay, did I need to know that? We have a lot in common. The other day at the gym, he participated in a wrestling class. He's 33, 190 pounds, and 5'10". During the class, he was matched up against a Taiwanese guy who's about 20 smaller. 20 what? About 120 pounds and shorter, about 4'6". What? She must mean 5'6". But who apparently has been training in wrestling and martial arts since he was 18, according to his girlfriend. He pinned my boyfriend 3 times. My boyfriend's face was red, and he called me a fucking bitch for laughing at him and congratulating his opponent. When we got in the car, he slapped my face hard and told me to never embarrass him like that again. I got out of his car and walked home without a word to him after he slapped me. Was I wrong to laugh at him and congratulating his opponent? Should I apologize to him and continue our relationship? Fuck no, you don't continue a relationship with somebody who's that poor of a loser. Girl, you should have reached in your purse and got your stun gun out. That I keep telling y'all you better have one, as tapped his ass with it. It's just like, you don't be hitting me. You done lost your fucking mind. No. Um, See, he's a poor loser. He's supposed to go to his opponent, shake hands, and congratulate him in a sportsman-like manner, knowing that his ass lost. Congratulate the guy. That's what you do when you're a true sportsman. Okay? The guy won fair and square. There's nothing for you to be mad about. His little ego. Now, of course, you did not have to laugh at him, girlfriend. That was a bit much. But um, congratulating his opponent was the proper thing to do. And like I said, he should have been doing the same thing. But for him to want to put his hands on you because he's mad that you laughed at him, see, this is that thing. It just makes me think about that thing. Men are afraid women will laugh at them. Women are afraid men will kill them. It just, for some reason, that came to my mind. And he told you to never embarrass him like that again. No, that's when you're supposed to say, no, motherfucker, you embarrass yourself with your loser ass. You let somebody that's a foot shorter than you and that weighs all those pounds less than you pin your ass not just once, not just twice, but 3 fucking times. You are a loser. That's what you are. Own it. Okay, do better. Don't be trying to take it out on me because you a fucking loser. I don't give a shit. You didn't see me in there losing to no man who weighs 50 pounds less than me. Fucking, ooh, girl, I would have clowned his ass into oblivion. But you were good till you got off the car. You should block his number, lose his nut. Don't talk to him. If he comes to your house, call the police. I mean, just really just be done with him. Okay, because he felt good enough to put his hands on you and slap you over some trivial shit like that. He's not wrapped too tight, and the next thing he's gonna be breaking some bones. Get rid of this fool. This is your warning. Okay, you've been dating for 2 months, and he feels like putting his. That's okay. He done told you who he is. Now you need to pay attention. Ooh, I need a swig on that one. Richie say, "What the fuck always delivers." Whew. I'm I'm trying to think how many times would I have stabbed him. We would have had to be in my car though. That's where all my weaponry is. I reach under my seat and commenced to poking him with the sharp end of a blade. You would get one time. Yeah, he is crazy. That's just 2 months and he acting like that. Nah, he got to go. That's your warning, girlfriend. And you should call him and laugh at him on the phone and then tell him we're through because you're too much of a loser for me to be bothered with. Question number 8. This is a female in the 19 to 26 age group. She don't say where she's from. I am very confused about something that happened recently in my relationship. I would appreciate any advice that you can give me. Thank you. Oh my God, this letter's long as shit. Let me skim this. Let me see what you're talking about. Okay, on and off for 4 years. We had an argument. David's been fighting because they don't spend a lot of time together. He works nights. They don't live together. The argument was bad, and out of the blue, he started sobbing, saying he's sick of arguing. He's scared I'm going to leave him. I told him I wouldn't leave him, and he said good, and he stopped crying. Fast forward a week. He came over the other night as a surprise, saying work doesn't need him, so he wanted to see me. I was surprised. I wasn't expecting him, but I was happy. Once in my flat, I told him I needed to get in the shower as he had been working earlier and was sweaty, as I had been working on. He then asked if he could join me, and I said no. He knows I don't like it, and he's always respected this in the past. Uh-oh. I don't like the direction this is sounding like it's getting ready to go into. This is better than anything on YouTube. Thanks for that, Witchy. I try. Okay. I get in the shower, but after 5 minutes, he walked in the bathroom naked and just got in the shower with me. I told him to get out, but he started kissing me and ignored what I said. I didn't say anything more and just went along with it. Mistake. After us both getting out of the shower, we got in bed. He started to make out and had sex, which was good for him, but not for me. After lying down, cuddling for a bit, he suddenly starts tickling me really hard. And when I said stop it, I was trying to push him off because it hurt. He started laughing at me and kept doing it anyway. The next thing, he gets on top of me and forces my legs open, asking what he's doing. Then I said no. He just said no and then kept going. Then he's tickling me really hard again. I asked him to stop, and he said, what, the tickling or the sex? I said the tickling, and then he stopped. And then he said he loves me, okay, and proceeds to pin one of my hands down and puts the other hand around my throat and starts doing the do with me really hard. I cried out a few times in shock and pain, and in response, he started to do it harder. Afterwards, he said, you didn't want that, did you? I could tell you weren't in the mood. I said, no, I was tired from work and we had just done it anyway. And then he said, you know why I tickle you? I said, no. And he replied, because I'm the man and I can. I'm confused about this incident as we have only ever had gentle sex in the past, and he has always stopped when I told him not to do things I am uncomfortable with. I'm not sure if my feelings are over the top or even if what he did was that bad. I would really appreciate any advice you can give me. Okay, young lady, you were just sexually assaulted. That's what that was by this fool that you call a boyfriend. You said no multiple times during the course of that evening. You said, stop, I don't like this, I want you to not do this. And he did it anyway to the point of even choking you and pinning you down to do it. If that's not, you don't see that as a sexual assault, I don't know what what would take. I mean, what you want him to like stab you or shoot you or, tie you. I mean, what? That's what he did to you. You need to get angry. No, you're not out. You shouldn't. I mean, no, you're not wrong. No, you're not wrong. I'm going to tell you guys something. When I was a little kid, I used to have a recurring nightmare about something that I called the tickle monster. I know this sounds stupid at this age, but when I was like 6 to about 11, that it was a terrifying. I mean, I would wake up screaming. I don't know where it came from, but I tell you, I have never liked people tickling me. It's something about that feeling of helplessness and that out of control, like you don't have control over your own body, somebody's taking control over you. I don't like that shit. As a little kid, I'm telling you, I was no more than 6 years old when this was happening, like kindergarten, first grade, kind of second grade, age. I don't like that shit. So that to me, he would have got boxed over the head with something and stabbed, bit, kicked, punched everything I could have done to make him feel pain and get the fuck up off of me. First of all, girlfriend, if you tell a man not to get in the shower with you and he does it, when he got in, you should have got out. Okay, that was the first thing. And then when he started with this tickly thing, that's when you were supposed to start fighting. Because his mentality, I don't know what the fuck was going on in his head where he thought that this was the appropriate thing to do to you. And his attitude was all kinds of I mean, is he using drugs? What's wrong with this fool? This is somebody you seriously need to break up with and go to the police station and file rape charges. Because no matter, once you say no, anything that a man does to you after that is rape. Okay? You said no. You said stop. And you said it multiple fucking times. And him pinning you down? No. No. Off and on for 4 years, make sure it's off. Get rid of this fool. Don't you let him ever come in your house again. Change your locks in case he has a key. Change your number so he can't call you anymore. Be done with him. He does not give a fuck about you. Not one day. I don't know what the hell is his problem. And talking about, I'm scared you're gonna leave him. Yeah, I'm leaving you now, motherfucker, for real. This is done. No, 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 no. You're confused. You're not confused. You're upset and angry, but you don't want to be because you know as it's gonna be, you're gonna be in a rage, and then you're gonna have to end this relationship, which you for some reason don't want to do. That motherfucker would have left my house bleeding. I'm so serious. In an ambulance. I would have bit him. You know what? He's holding you down. You still had access to bite his face, bite him in his neck, and bite a plug out and hope you got his fucking jugular vein and the motherfucker bled out. That's like, no. I'm going to turn into fucking Dracula on your ass. This is just horrible. Yeah, she's shocked, she's appalled, and she's upset, and she's stunned that this is what he did to her. But that's I don't know what else to tell her, but no, you're not wrong to feel the way that you feel. Um, your feelings are not over the top. Yes, what he did was horrible. It was disgusting and despicable behavior, completely disrespectful, and it was a sexual assault. And then to say because I'm the man and I can, well, you know what? Make sure you arm yourself. And so if he fucks with you again, say I'ma stab your ass because I'm the woman and I can. I'm just done with his ass. Yeah, I'm not playing. We're not playing that. We're not playing that game at all. So you guys just listen to this. If this is some shit you have a guy that you call yourself dating, right, or he's a male friend, anything, and he does anything to you that you don't like, you say no, and you have to say it a second time. Get busy getting your arms full of weapons, getting ready to call 911. Do something to make sure that you are and that motherfucker are separated. Stop with this being nice stuff or this. I'm confused. I didn't know what to do. You do know what to do because now I'm telling you. If you have to say no to a motherfucker more than one time, okay, by the time he presses you and you say, I said no, that is your signal that the war has begun. Get your shit, you battle ready right now. You start fighting that motherfucker off with everything that you got. I don't care if you got to throw stuff, scream, break windows to get people's attention, to holler out the window. I don't give a fuck what you have to do. You get yourself some help and you get that motherfucker bleeding and you get away from that situation as fast as you can. No woman should ever have to say no or stop more than one time. And I am so serious. They want to act like they don't hear it. Then the next thing you're going to do is be bleeding, motherfucker. And you're going to be wishing that you could say stop to that. Stop bleeding. Stop bleeding. While I stand there and watch your fucking ass bleed out on the floor. And I'm not going to call 911. It's just going to call them after you down to about a pint when it's too late for you to recuperate. Nah. He would just have to die. That's just too much. That's gonna fuck her up in her, like, emotionally. She's not gonna trust any man after that. Ooh, Lord have mercy. This is just wild. I don't even know what to say. Every week is something. Well, this one I think I've seen everything and heard everything. Something new comes rolling around. Whew. All right, we only on question 9. I'm already exhausted. Question 9 of 15. This is from a male, 26 to 35, in Seattle. I recently got my hair cut from longish to shortish. Not a massive change, but a change nonetheless. Nothing crazy, just a short, clean style. Okay, well, it's spring going into summer. That's probably a good idea. Today I met the girl that I'm dating just to say hi. She was with two friends. As soon as she saw me, she said, "That's a weird haircut. Did you ask for that?" What? I was shocked and I just replied that I wanted it short because the longer hair was annoying me. I left promptly. She messaged me after I left saying, "You look so hot in your suit." I replied, "Thanks, you look great today too." I think she could tell that I was upset, and then she messaged me again saying, "You're genuinely the most handsome guy I've ever met." I haven't replied. I don't want to. I feel like she was disrespectful. I would never say that about someone's appearance. Am I overreacting? I don't see any point in spending time with someone who feels comments like that are acceptable. And before you say maybe she was joking, I can take a joke, but it wasn't said in a joking way, and it was in front of her friends. Maybe she was trying to show off to them. Who knows? My abusive ex used to make similar quote jokes, none of which had any substance, but eventually they made me feel very self-conscious. I could just be having flashbacks of that. Okay, you doing the same thing that these women do, and this is very unfortunate when people have been in abusive relationship, they don't trust their judgment. You are exactly right. Okay. First of all, she was being a fucking bitch. And if you were like me, you would have said, "Stop being a fucking bitch. You think that just because you in front of your friends, I won't cuss your ass out? You're not gonna talk to me like that." See, that's what I would have said to her. And I'm a woman. But I mean, like, if I was a dude, she would have got cussed out right there in front of her friend. You want to show somebody, you want to act, a fool, and you want to think that you act a fool and you gonna clown somebody? Let me show you how to do it. Because I have a PhD in fuckery. You only have a bachelor's. And so she would have got read the riot act. Like, don't get me to talking about your fucking ass right in front of your friends. And that would have shut her ass down. Thank you, Tracy. She's the best channel, best damn channel on YouTube. That's right. But dude, come on now. A lot of people would probably say, that's no big deal, but it is a big deal. You're dating this woman. See, I don't, when you have these things, when you're emotionally invested with somebody, you should be able to trust them even when you can't trust other people. You should be able to depend on them to treat you with kindness, dignity, and respect, even when other people don't. If you have someone in your relationship that's treating you like some kind of cretin on the street, I mean, then where do you get the love and affection and respect from? You can't even get it in your relationship. Then she does I don't know. But you say you don't want to. I'm in full agreement with that. Now, the only way thing you can do, if you want to, is you can talk to her about it. Um, But I'm of the mind this, you just start dating this girl and she basically has shown you who she is. She just blurts out stupid shit trying to show off in front of her friends. Because if she really thought all these things about you, how hot you look in your suit and you're the handsomest man she ever met, why did she say those things in front of her friends? Why did she choose to insult and demean and berate you and break you down and cap on you and hurt your feelings in front of her friends? You see what I'm saying? She was thinking these things. She put that in the text, but that's not what she said in front of her friends. So I wouldn't trust her. And my thing is, when you find out how people are and how they roll, you need to believe what you see the first time. Okay, just like this is who she is. She's gonna say fucked up shit to you. You've already been through that with another abusive ex. So I'm glad you recognize the traits, the signs, and the symptoms. So what you need to do is get rid of her. You haven't been dating her that long, so just get rid of her. And plus, you young. You're only 26 to 35 age group. Child, please. Please. Oh, okay. Question number 10. This is a female, 26 to 35, from New York. I've had this reoccurring theme with a lot of men that I've dated, and it's almost always an issue that I'm more financially stable and or earning significantly more than them. For me, I tend to evaluate a person as a whole, how they treat me, their ambitions, common ground, etc. I'm starting to feel like I'm being unrealistic and not being focused on the disparity in our lifestyles. I feel that the only way I'll be able to enjoy things with someone making a lot less than me is by paying for the things I want to do, but I think over time that will bother me. Absolutely. At the same time, if I do focus on money, then I'm coined a gold digger. So really, how do successful women like me ever win? Do I need to focus on meeting men that are my financial equals? I feel like that disregards a lot of people. Yes, it does disregard a lot of people, but it's supposed to. Because right now you're not looking at money. Okay, don't look at money. Look at the lifestyle that you live because you have money. So you want a person who's going to live a similar lifestyle, okay? To be able to go on trips, to have credit rating of 790, to be able to, get on this plane just because for the weekend, not have to worry about their budget and can they make rent. You want to have, nice cars and nice clothes and bling and designers, this is and that. That's your go to nice restaurants, drop $200 on a meal because you got it like that. You can do that. Okay, you can't do that with a guy who's making much less than you. He's going to be very budget conscious, and his budget is nowhere near what yours is. So, this is your reality. And if you get with a guy and you start paying for him, it tends to affect me. And now, the ones who are worth anything, they don't feel good about that. They don't like that. The ones who are okay with it are bums, and you don't want them. So, it's the kind of thing like, what you have to do is definitely look for a man who's on your similar socio-economic level, probably similar educational level as well, because you're a high earner. That tends to go with education or some kind of real skills in, like computer science or something like that. But it disregards a lot of people for a reason, girlfriend. That's called weeding out people that are not on your level. Okay? Even for me, who's nowhere balling like you, I have people that are not at my level. That's just the way it is. And so you have to, try to find people that you have common ground with, and then you can hit the ground running and you guys can be happy together. And, there's no conflict of money and expectations. You don't have to be trying to slide him money under the table or feeling overburdened because you got to pay for everything all the time because you don't have no money. I just, don't waste your time. It's just unfortunately that's just the way it is. Men expect to be the chief breadwinner or at least on a par with their woman. If you are so far up above him that he feels like, a failure next to you, it's never going to work. You won't respect him and he won't respect himself. It's not gonna work. Don't even waste your time. Don't do it. Don't do it. Yeah, they think that, they get labeled a gold digger if she looks for somebody on her, above her or at her level. So tell them to kiss your ass. Shit, fuck it. I mean, it's like, what? They broke, they don't have no gold. They don't need to be calling you nothing. And if you're looking for a guy who's on your level and he says that you're a gold digger, say no. Because gold digger implies that you're looking for someone to finance your lifestyle, a lifestyle that you cannot afford by yourself. I can afford this shit. Okay, I'm just looking for somebody who's got gold on a level playing field like me. I ain't digging for yours, motherfucker, because I got my own. So get the shit straight. Understand what time it is. Yes, and someone pointed out on the wall, it's like, that I say call men motherfuckers and that they like to hear the sound of that. So, oh, but a situation like this is like, God damn it. No, you ain't no gold digger. Question number 11 of 15. This is from a female in the 19 to 25 age group from Tuskegee. My boyfriend and I have been together for almost a year. We are very close and we love each other. However, we have two main problems. Number one, he's going into the military soon, and I don't know if I'm suited for the military life. I swore off long distance relationships a long time ago because of bad experiences. Well, damn, you in the 19 to 25 age group, how many relationships could you have had? I also would like to have a normal life where I don't have to worry about when my significant other will be home. Thank you, Chef. Okay, I'm just making sure you're forever indebted. Well, thank you. Man, look at everybody's giving me mad tips today. This is the bomb. Thank you. When my significant other will be home and also feel lonely because he's gone for so long. Number two, we disagree about sex because we have very different sex drive. Mine is practically non existent, and I want nothing to do with it because it's not something I enjoy and because I think it's gross. Oh, he has a very high sex drive. He tries to be understanding how I feel, but at the same time, he tells me we haven't done anything in so long. And it almost feels like he's unknowingly guilt tripping me. But if I were to have sex with him, I wouldn't enjoy it and I wouldn't be into it. What kind of sex would that be? There's a couple of other smaller things that have been bothering me, but the time we've been together has been pretty good. I just feel like we've had this expiration date for when he leaves for the military, plus sex is another big problem. I feel like I'm preventing him from being completely happy, but I also wouldn't be happy if I gave in. I've been kind of disconnected from him lately and haven't been wanting to see him very much. I've also been thinking about breaking up, but I wanted some advice on this. Okay, let me just tell you, ladies, once you start thinking about breaking up, you've already done it. You don't start thinking about breaking up unless that's really what you want to do. Okay? You don't want this relationship. There's nothing in this relationship for you. You have a mountain of issues here that are insurmountable differences in lifestyle, values, morals, and life goals. There's nothing of common ground for you to continue a relationship on with this man. He's going to relationship. It's in the military. He's going to be far away. You know you don't want a long distance relationship. You know you don't want to be with anybody that's in the military. He likes sex. You hate it. It's gross. He wants to, see you all the time. You're distancing yourself from him. I mean, there's no point in this. What are you doing? You've been almost a year. We're very close and love each other. Waste of love, waste of time. Just tell him, you're gonna break up, and then do it. Let him go on to the military and be do his thing. And let me say this too. Now, short, I don't know because you didn't say. So, is there some history of child abuse, sexual abuse in your past that makes you feel uncomfortable with your body and this whole thing? Or are the dudes you dealing with just don't know without a fuck? I mean, it's gonna be one of those two, because in your age group, that's when most people going at it like bunny rabbits, because that's when it's the best for them. Personally, I think it's the best like around the age 40, 30s and 40s. Personally, that's what I thought. But you have to do you. But I don't see there's no reason for you to continue in this relationship. All right, let's see. Female, question number 12 of 15. Female, 26 to 35, from Dallas. I met this guy a month ago on an online dating site. Oh, let me have a swig. Yeah, this is just a hot mess. Online dating site. We even started talking, and after a week, he asked me out for dinner. The dinner went okay, but I found it weird that he didn't talk much and stared at my eyes most of the time, like hypnotized by me or something. He was using that NLP. I done told you all that's how they do. I need to do that and link to the video. I put this my hand up here so I can remind myself to do that. Um, I did most of the talking. He seemed shy and sweet and kissed me at the end of the date. Then we had another date a few days later. We went for a walk, had coffee, and he seemed a bit more open and talkative. Then he started sending messages like he's so into me. He thinks I might be his soulmate, etc. So we went on a third date to a fair and out to dinner. He did the staring thing again most of the time. He then took me back to mine in his car, and I invited him to come inside my house. No, mistake. So long story short, we slept together that night and sex was amazing. But the next but the thing is, he decided, he didn't ask, he decided by himself to stay the next day all day at my house. It was Sunday. We didn't go out or anything. It was just all day together in bed or eating, etc. Again, he would not talk much. I thought, well, okay, we were infatuated, it might be normal. But the next day, Monday, he decided to stay at my house again. I work from home, so he decided not to go to his office where he works and work from his laptop and stay at my house with me. Again, his decision. Then the next day, Tuesday, okay, so he'd been at her house since Saturday. He decided to do the same, and also the craziness started. He said, I love you. I'm his soulmate, and was staring into my eyes until I'm very uncomfortable, and even mentioned him moving in and us living together. So by Wednesday, I had enough and told him we should take things slow, to when he decided saying all right, and he agrees, but I could tell he didn't like it and was feeling resentful. So he went back to his house, and I finally had some time to breathe and think about this. I've had relationships in the past and guys that slept at mine, but never that decided to stay for days like this, especially without asking me, just deciding. It was like for him saying, I love you, entitles him to do as he pleases. I don't like this and I don't feel comfortable. Just because I invited him over and he slept at mine that night doesn't mean he's invited to stay for days, especially the first time. Is he love bombing me and should I end things? This all looks like a huge red flag to me. Get that dusty homosexual out your life. I mean, girlfriend, I mean, don't you look at the video? I mean, I know there's a lot of videos on this channel, but the one on neuro linguistic programming, I broke down all the games, all of them that they do. And this staring thing, to look at your reactions, they want to see how you respond to the bullshit that they say to you. That's what he's looking at. So all the ambient things going on around you, he's looking at your reaction. What do you find is exciting? What turns you on? What things does he say that you laugh at, or that he can see that your pupils dilate? That shows that you find those things pleasurable. It's game. It's all game. This motherfucker don't love you, and he ain't your soulmate. This homosexual motherfucker looking for a place to lay his nappy head. So what you have to do is tell him that is too much too soon. You want to date other people. You're not ready for anything so serious, and just let that go. Let that go. He's playing. This is a dangerous man. When they do this kind of stuff, he's trying to set you up to get in your house. You must have a nice place, and he want to stay. And so then the other thing too, I want to say is when he quote decided to say, you're supposed to say, oh no, 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 I have stuff to do and places to go. You can't stay here. I just met you. You cannot stay in my house for no days and days. You got to go. I don't know why you can't do that. I did that. Ooh, I know I done told y'all this story when I first started dating the man I did later marry. He came to my house on Friday. Let's see. Yeah, it was after work. He came, picked me up, and we went down to San Jose. Thank you, Almond Kiss, to see a friend of his that was in a play, right? And so, everybody was looking at us, and I guess that was the first time they had seen me with him because we hadn't been dating that long. Oh, Almond Kiss doing a dollar at a time. Well, thank you. And I was like, what's going on here? So then he, we had dinner or something, and then he came back to my house, and he spent the night. Now we had been dating, but I don't know, maybe I don't know, 3 or 4 months or something. I mean, not that long. And so this was Friday night, right? So in the morning, he, walking around in his boxer shorts and shit, just like he lived there. And so I'm like, I said, so what you trying to do? He's like, oh, I thought we could spend the day together, this and that and blah, blah, blah. So we went, a couple places and everything, and we had fun. And then we came back, and, so he ended up spending Saturday night. Okay, now Sunday, I've been with this motherfucker nonstop since I got off of work on Friday. He gets up in the morning, I made some pancakes or waffles or something, and so, we sat there. Then he turned on the football, right? And he commenced to be watching that. Sitting there just having a good old time, drinking beer. He went to the store, the corner store, bought some beer, and he just sitting there just like, eating chips, drinking beer, and just watching TV with his feet up. Like he lived there. And I'm looking at him like, what's going on here? Keep in mind, I'm 10 years younger than him. But I knew that something this was he would know. And so I have this thing. I need my space, right? And it's Sunday. You got to go back to work on Monday. I had been with him every second since I got off of work because he picked me up, from work. So I'm sitting there and I'm looking. So I start pacing, right? I'm pacing through the house like a lion, because that's what I do. So I'm pacing, pacing. I'm walking around, and he's like, "Why don't you sit down?" I said, "Because I can't. I just feel antsy." And he's like, "Well, what's the matter? Why are you feeling antsy?" He just like just in his moment, just enjoying himself. I said, "Because I want you to fucking go home," and I just like blurted it out, just like bam, just rude, not like I need some space, let's have. I just blurted it out. I want you to get the fuck out. I want you to go home. So he just looked at me. You could tell his little feelings was so hurt because he was just having himself a good time being all up under me and stuff and just breathing up all my air. And I wanted him gone. And so he left, all mad. Well, not really mad, but, looking depressed, kind of sad and everything. Well, honey, you think I gave a shit? Once I closed that door and that nigga was gone, I was like, whoo, Lord, say, oh, yes. Jesus, Jesus. And I'm not even religious, but I was happy I got to breathe all the air in the house by myself. It was all mine. And it took me a long time to get used to sharing my space. And so, by the time we got married, I was used to it. But, this was like a new thing. So, to make a long story short, I understand how you feel because I've been there. But what I'm saying to you is, why did you let this motherfucker stay at your house for 3 or 4 days? And like eating up your food and everything. I hope he was buying some groceries. But this is just too much. So you need to be better about your boundaries. And if you tell a man he can come over, just make sure that he gets up and out in the morning. And even if like dudes, they be acting like they got to go someplace or something, and say, well, thanks for coming by, and you get change and stuff. Even if you go around the block, go down to the grocery store, walk around, push the cart for maybe 20 minutes, and come back to your house. He don't need to know all that, but he don't need to be there all that time. That's too much. Yeah, I'm telling you. I know I'm an asshole. I know this about myself, but you know what? I still love myself. I accept that about me. I know I am a jerk, but you know what? I don't care because I just need to breathe all the air in the house by myself. I don't want to share with you. I want you to go. And that was that. See me do it on an online dating site, no fucking NLP person. But yeah, I will remember to put that up there so you can see that video. All y'all need to see that. Talking about I love you. Nigga. You want to live somewhere rent free and getting all the pussy. You think he thought because he dicked you down and talk about I love you and all this stuff and staring into your eyes that you was a dummy. I'm glad you have some game back so you didn't fall for it. Question number 13. This is from a young man in the 19 to 26 age group from Denver. Hi, Ms. Cooper. I've been talking to a girl for some time, especially on Snapchat. I met her on Tinder. When they say Tinder, you all know it never works out well. It never works out well. She is real cute and seems like a good person. She is always the one reaching out and seems very interested. We are living a few hours apart, so really the only way to go up there is on the weekends. We have been talking a lot and seem to have a good connection. I am going there tomorrow and we are going for a hike in the mountains. It's her idea. I am feeling a bit nervous, but my main issue is I'm afraid she will ask me about my past or my family. I have a fucked up family with alcohol issues and psychological issues. Oh my God. Dude, do you have a stupid motherfucker, G? Don't have no kids. My father died 2 years ago of alcohol abuse, and my mom is going down the same road. I have a good relationship with my sister, but that's about it. I don't want to unload any of my past onto her, but how do I get around this if she starts asking about my family, etc.? I dealt with a lot of shit that lots of people couldn't imagine, but I don't want this to be a part of any conversation. Do you have any good advice? Well, it's going to require that you lead the conversation. A lot of dudes just want to just be quiet and they don't really have too much to say. You're going to have to change that. You're also going to have to become a motor mouth. You got to be like my friend Benny. Benny had so much game. That's where I learned a lot. What I didn't learn from my daddy, I learned from Benny. Benny was a master at fucking people over. And he was so cute and so smooth with it, most women didn't see it coming. But I used to be his best friend, so I used to see that nigga at work, and it was some magical, unbelievable stuff. So, what you have to do, sir, if you want to, kind of flip the script, you have to be the one doing most of the talking because the one talking and asking the questions is the one who runs the conversation, right? So will tell me about, but you got to be careful. I mean, don't ask her something that you don't want her to ask you back. That's the number one caveat. So, what do you like to do for fun? Okay, so that's a safe area, right? You talk about that. Well, how about, what was your childhood friend like or something? You talk about that. Well, do you like any kind of sports? This and that. What's your favorite movies? This and that. All this stuff. I mean, whatever, just bullshit conversation. You could talk about the scenery and, how you used to have a rock collection when you were kids. Stay in safe areas of conversation. But at some point, she is going to ask you about your family. And this is what I suggest that you say. So your dad died, right? And so your mom, you say, is headed down the same road, right? Or isn't that what you say? My mom okay. Dad died 2 years ago of alcohol abuse. My mom is going down the same road. Okay, so what you want to do is tell her. She's going to ask about you. Say, unfortunately, my dad died 2 years ago, and my mom had a really hard time with it. She's still trying to deal with it. Okay. You know what that does? It shuts that door. Because if you say that, anybody with any sense is not going to ask anything else, because then it's like they're too nosy. And if she does make the mistake of asking you, well, what do you mean she's having a hard time? What is she doing? How is she handling it? Just give me more details. Then you say, I'm really not comfortable talking about that. That's my mother's business, and I don't feel comfortable sharing my mom's business with anybody. If she wanted you to know, she would tell you. Okay? What does that do? See, I just have too much game. It's just it's just a terrible thing. But I'm trying to teach you all how to do this, okay? So you give an answer, and it's a very viable and truthful answer, but it's not the answer that you don't want to give, okay? Because she don't need to know all that about you on the first date. She that's not she's supposed to be trying to get to know you. She don't need to know all this shit about your family and your mama and your daddy. I mean, that's not her business. Seriously. And let her see if the two of you even could stand each other first. And if she says anything, say, oh, I just have the one sister, and we have a really great relationship. She's a lot of fun. She's this, she's that. Okay, that's it. Gloss over. That's all she need to know. She don't need to know anything else at that point. And then you steer the conversation back to her, because you're supposed to be talking about her, and she's supposed to be talking about, asking about her, and she's supposed to be asking about you, not all this other stuff. Because when people start trying to nosy too much in folks' business like that, it just makes me a little uncomfortable. All right? So that's my suggestion. I mean, damn, it's a date. It's not like you're trying to get married to the cow. Oh, this is on the letter bottom here. So keep this in perspective. I'm just saying, I'll be dancing out of some shit. Even when I had a deposition, right? My thing is this: you only answer the question that you were asked. More people need to understand that. If they don't ask the right question, they don't get the answer that they're looking for. And I'm very smooth with that. So this attorney was asking me questions, and he thought he was asking me the right questions, but he wasn't. He was all around it, and that you think I helped him? I answered exactly what he asked me. That was it. So at the end of the deposition, the juicy information that he really wanted, he didn't have, because he didn't ask me the right question. I wasn't going to volunteer it, make me look crazy and get myself in making a noose. Oh no. I was under oath, so I wasn't going to lie, but I wasn't going to volunteer information either. If you don't ask the right question, you will not get the right answer. And I suggest that's what you all do. All ladies need to do that. What generally happens is y'all talk too fucking much. You be running your mouth. And then, but because, and then, I forgot, and you just add, you augment, and you just overshare, and be just going all into like the Wayback Machine and telling all kind of business that you don't need to be telling about yourself, about your family, about your kids, about your exes, about your girlfriends. You don't just shut your mouth sometime. You talk on the date about yourself. You don't be giving information about other people. Because then it's going to be used against them. You don't know these motherfuckers you be meeting on these swipey things. There's high risk. You don't know what kind of character these folks have. You need to be careful with that. All right, let's move on to question number 14. Let me turn this lamp on. It's getting a little dark. Okay. Question number 14. I have not been happy with my life or my husband for some time. I'm in my late 40s. I'm middle aged and have been married for 23 years. Damn. I raised our three children who are now all grown up. My husband has worked and always gone out and looked after himself. His life has not changed, but mine did. We got married and had the kids young, and I regret the life I've lost. I can't believe my youth is gone, and I have not got anything to show for my life. I regret marrying my husband so much and wish I had never met him. Oh, damn. He is a salesman and has stayed away over the years and going abroad with his job while my life has been boring raising the kids. Me stuck at home cleaning like a fool, and I feel so disappointed. I have nothing to show for anything I have done. I know you will say I have 3 kids, so that's an achievement, but to me, it's not. I would never say that because kids to me, no, they ain't an achievement. I have cheated on my husband in the past, and he has been on dating sites himself. A man contacted me whom I met years ago and wants to meet up with me, and I'm thinking of seeing him. I feel that maybe with another man, my life will be different than this boring one that I've got, which I hate. My husband is a selfish man. The other day he came home and did not ask me how it was. He just said he has to stay away the night with work. He didn't even say to go for a walk when it was such a lovely day. I felt hurt and know he's always looked after himself and has not been bothered about my dreams and what I wanted in life. It's all to do with him and his job, and stupid me has followed his life instead of leading my own and having friends, and I feel such a fool that I've wasted my life living it around his. I feel I was destined to have a horrible, hard life and made to suffer and to never be happy but just watch other people be. I felt like Cinderella waiting for a prince to come, but mine never did. Oh my God. Okay, there's no question here, but let me give you some suggestions, honey. Number one, nobody is responsible for your life and your happiness and you fucking up your life but you. Okay, so stop blaming your husband and stop looking for this other miscellaneous stray dick to save you from yourself because that's some bullshit. Let me just tell you right now, get off your dusty ass, get your ass into school or go take some classes and that creative something, writing, painting, art, clay make, you know what they call it, throwing clay, that's that shit where you make vases and shit, I forgot. Jewelry making, something to make your mind occupied and to give you some purpose and direction. Right now, you are blaming your husband for your life being miserable. I'm sure he contributed to it, but he did only that happened because you let him. Okay, all this time, well, you could have put them kids in the daycare or something. His ass was making money. You could have put them in, they got a babysitter and gone and done something for yourself. You chose not to. So don't blame him for that. Okay, that was your decision. You a grown ass woman. You had every opportunity to say, I don't want to do this. I want to do something else and to make him participate, but you didn't do it. Okay, so now here you are in your what'd you say, mid 40s, late 40s. You in your late 40s, married for 23 years. Your kids are all grown up. So now you suffering from empty nest syndrome. But this is actually a perfect time for you to find yourself. Okay, the you that you put on hold all these years, do something with yourself. What is your interest? I mean, do you like to sew? I mean, there's something that you could do that would be engrossing and exciting for you and creative and wonderful and let you feel proud of yourself and let you do something that you might even be able to make some money at it. Okay? If not, go and get yourself a part-time job. Do something with yourself. But sitting around being mad at him and blaming him for your life being nothing and you feeling like shit is not going to fly here. That's not going to fly. Every woman, I'm telling you, you are, this is the number one thing, every fuck up that you make and every decision that you make, you need to be accountable for it and you need to be responsible for it. You chose to live this life with this man. So the fact that you married him, saying you sorry that you met him, no, you don't need to be sorry that you met him. You need to be sorry that you put yourself in a position where you gave up everything that you liked, everything that you loved, everything that gave you joy, and focus only on him and those brat ass kids you have. That's why I tell women, they say, well, I put my kids first. You have to when they're very small, but once they can start doing shit for themselves, they should be second. You move yourself into number one position. And you take care of yourself. You can tell the motherfuckers no. They not going to die because you tell them no and go do something with themselves because mommy wants to read a book. Mommy wants to, work on learning how to develop websites. Mommy wants to learn how to do this or that. Mommy's writing some articles that she's going to try to sell. Mommy's got a fucking life. Okay, but you're not doing any of that. You writing to me to complain. I'm not going to feel sorry for you. What you getting from me is a kick in the ass. So you need to go down to some local community college or something, or one of those, we have them state run here where they do like assessments to see what your interests are and stuff, and they help you find a career path or your interests and what you're good at. They help you do it, and it's just free. So I don't know if they have the same thing in other states, but here in California, what's it called? I can't remember. It's connected. It's through the state of California. But anyway, they have these little centers all over the state, and you just go there and you register. You have to register. They help you with your resume. They have like computers there and copy machines and fax machines, and they email you can get. I mean, they have everything for you to be a success at finding your way and developing yourself in a new career path if that's what you choose to do. They help you, and they have career counselors there and everything. Thanks, T. Okay, you're gonna send me some wine. I appreciate that. So, lady, come on now. You know, you what do you like to do for fun? What gets you jazzed up? All I heard in this letter was complaints. Nothing about I want to do this or I always wanted to do blah blah blah. You never mentioned that. Did you notice? I mean, go back and listen to this video and see what you wrote me. Not one time did you say what you were interested in doing or being or becoming and all this stuff. All you did was complain about what you didn't get to do because you were married and had these kids. Get off your ass and do something with yourself. This ain't working for me. All right, let's move on to question number 15. This is the last question of What the Fuck Tuesday today. And it's been a wild ride. We had so many unusual, different letters. I want to thank everybody in case I forget. Do it now. Everybody who's made a super chat donation today. Thank you so much. I'm just like kind of that little thing. It kept flashing up. I was like, I missed it a couple of times. I didn't get to see who did it, but I did see the amount. And but I just want to just a general thank you to everybody because I greatly appreciate it. Just share a link. Trying to get to I'm trying to get to 25,000 subscribers by my birthday in August. So if that could happen, if you guys share links and help me get some subscribers so that number goes to 25,000, I won't know what to do with myself. I'll probably like do flips and shit. Yeah, it's not the night career centers. Yes, it's a good thing for Oh yes, One Stop. Thank you. See, somebody knew. Yeah, it's called One Stop at centers, career centers in California. Thanks. See, I knew somebody would know. Yeah, Workforce and Worksource Center, and they do excellent shit and it's free. So I highly recommend them. But hopefully they would have something like that if you're. Where did you say you were? Oh, Flagstaff, Arizona. I don't know what they have in Arizona, but hopefully it's something similar. All right. This is question number 15 from a male in the 26 to 35 age group from Washington, D.C. He says, so whenever we walk in the streets, my girlfriend is always staring at men's bulges. Oh, especially when they are wearing sweatpants or shorts and they are seated, whether they are attractive or not. I know it's completely normal for girls to peek and be attracted by that, but she often goes out of her way to look, and I think it's completely disrespectful. I don't even know if she realizes it, but I've definitely noticed it. I don't want to talk to her about it, but it really bothers me. Like last time, there was a guy in sweatpants standing near the entrance of a convenience store, and she remained outside while I got in, and on my way out, I saw her glancing at him, and I knew it before even seeing her doing it again. I'm slightly below average length, and I know it's not necessarily a problem, but perhaps she is fantasizing about a bigger one. What should I do? You should laugh like me. This shit is funny as hell. On Facebook, I saw this group, and it's called Men in Sweats or something like that, and it's like thousands of women in this group, and the dudes just post pictures of them with they imprint in sweatpants. That's what the group is. I'm like, y'all, what is y'all doing? What is this? Y'all don't have nothing else to do with your time but look at imprints of dicks in sweatpants. That's really your wise use of time. But evidently, it's a thing. I don't. I mean, it's not my thing, but I mean, evidently, it's a thing because there's like 30,000 women, folks, men and women, in this group, and the dudes are steady posting pictures. So I don't quite know what to say to you, sir, but I can say if it really bothers you that much, you probably need to get a new girlfriend because it doesn't sound like it's going to be anything that she stops doing. And this shit is funny as hell. But of course, what you could always do is fight fire with fire. Get you some sweatpants and start wearing them. I mean, give her something to look at. She like to look at shit in sweatpants. Make the magic happen. I mean, you know what I mean? You can't beat them, join them. She might be fantasizing about a bigger one, but a lot of times, that's all it is. It's just a fantasy because, most women can't handle all of that. They're not built to handle all of that. But it's nice to think about. It's like to imagine, what it would look like and stuff. But that don't mean you really want it. It's just a fantasy. Just, people have fantasies. But if I were you, I would buy me some sweatpants and start walking around, drawless, what they call a commando, in my sweatpants and see what she does. That's what I would do if I was a dude. I mean, she want to look at some shit. I'd give her some shit to look at. What you want from me? Oh, oh, my my column has like deteriorated into like Hood Redville. Oh my God, I don't even know what to say. But that is the column, the What the Fuck Tuesday column for today, May 21st, 2019. I hope you enjoyed it. If you just happen to stumble in here, please become a subscriber to this channel. And, that way you can get a notice about what's about to come up because we're going to have 5 days of live stream that start next week. It's called May Days, days with a Z on the end. And I have some of the most fabulous shows that are going to be coming up. Some shit that's just mind boggling. It's going to have your eyes like this going, coming in for those 5 days. It'll be just some phenomenal stuff. So, in order to give me time to prepare for that, we will not have a show this Thursday. And this weekend, I'll probably put up something, like another one of the interviews, for you of the women on how I changed my life. But we will not be doing a live stream until next week. And then you're going to get 5 in a row. So you'll be sick of looking at me, trust. And that should be really interesting. So, be sure to spread the word. You can find the link to one of the shows I already put up on the upcoming shows, and on the community wall is the calendar for the 5 shows. So you can share that graphic around on your walls and stuff, and try to drum up some interest from people who aren't subscribers. But other than that, yeah, it's going to be exciting around here. I hope that you can participate in May Days coming up, or just check out any of the videos that we have on the channel. It's almost 600 now. Use the search feature to find something, all the videos that have interest, the topic that you're interested in, because you can't scroll through one by one. You'll be on there forever looking. Anyway, this is Deb Cooper. Thank you everybody for your donations. Thank you to my moderators and all the guests for your support and the good times. And I will see you all next Tuesday. This is Deb Cooper signing out. Bye bye.